Hi everyone, welcome to Think and Grow Rich Mastermind. We'll start with masterminding principles. I begin every mastermind meeting by reading these 8 mastermind principles. I release myself to the mastermind because I'm strong when I have others to help me. I believe the combined intelligence of the mastermind creates a wisdom far beyond my own. I understand that I will more easily create positive results in my life when I am open to looking at myself and my problems and opportunities from another's point of view. I decide to release my desire totally in trust to the mastermind, and I am open to accepting new possibilities. I forgive myself for mistakes I have made. I also forgive others who have hurt me in the past so I can move into the future with a clean slate. I ask the mastermind to hear what I really want, my goals, my dreams, and my desires, and I hear my mastermind partners supporting me in my fulfillment. Relax and accept, believing that the working power of the mastermind will respond to my every need. I'm grateful knowing this is so. Dedication and covenant. I now have a covenant in which it is agreed that the mastermind shall supply me with an abundance of all things necessary to live a success-filled and happy life. I dedicate myself to be of maximum service to God and my fellow human beings, to live in a manner that will set the highest example for others to follow, and to remain an open channel of God's will. I go forth with a spirit of enthusiasm, excitement, and expectancy. Now we'll start the book reading. 3 Feet from Gold. One of the most common causes of failure is the habit of quitting when one is overtaken by temporary defeat. Every person is guilty of this mistake at one time or another. An uncle of R.U. Darby was caught by the gold fever in the gold rush days and went west to dig and grow rich. He had never heard that more gold has been mined from the brains of men than has ever been taken from the earth. He staked a claim and went to work with pick and shovel. The going was hard, but his lust for gold was definite. After weeks of labor, he was rewarded by the discovery of shining ore. He needed machinery to bring the ore to the surface. Quietly, he covered up the mine, retraced his footsteps to his home in Williamsburg, Maryland, told his relatives and a few neighbors of the strike. They got together money for the needed machinery, had it shipped. The uncle and Darby went back to work the mine. The first car of ore was mined and shipped to a smelter. The returns proved that they had one of the richest mines in Colorado. A few more cars of that ore would clear the debts. Then would come the big killing in profits. Down went the drills, up went the hopes of Darby and uncle. Then something happened. The vein of gold ore disappeared. They had come to the end of the rainbow, and the pot of gold was no longer there. They drilled on, desperately trying to pick up the vein again, all to no avail. Finally, they decided to quit. They sold the machinery to a junk man for a few $100s and took the train back home. Some junk men are dumb, but not this one. He called in a mining engineer to look at the mine and do a little calculating. The engineer advised that the project had failed because the owners were not familiar with fault lines. His calculations showed that the vein would be found just 3 feet from where the Darbys had stopped drilling. That is exactly where it was found. The junk man took millions of dollars in ore from the mine because he knew enough to seek expert counsel before giving up. Most of the money which went into the machinery was procured through the efforts of Ayu Darby, who was then a very young man. The money came from his relatives and neighbors. Because of their faith in him, he paid back every dollar of it, although he was year in doing so. Long afterward, Mr. Darby recouped his loss many times over. When he made the discovery that desire can be transmuted into gold, the discovery came after he went into the business of selling life insurance. Remembering that he lost a huge fortune because he stopped 3 feet from gold, Darby profited by the experience in his chosen work by the simple method of saying to himself, I stopped 3 feet from gold, but I will never stop because men say no when I ask them to buy insurance. Darby is one of a small group of fewer than 50 men who sell more than $1 million in life insurance annually. He owes his stickability to the lesson he learned from his quitability in the gold mining business. Before success comes in any man's life, he is sure to meet with much temporary defeat and perhaps some failure. When defeat overtakes a man, the easiest and most logical thing to do is to quit. That is exactly what the majority of men do. More than 500 of the most successful men this country has ever known told the author their greatest success came just one step beyond the point at which defeat had overtaken them. Failure is a trickster with a keen sense of irony and cunning. It takes great delight in tripping one when success is almost within reach. So here was a story about a man who stopped digging 3 feet from the gold. I want to share my insights from this story. Number one is persistence, desire. If we have desire to achieve something, as Mr. Darby has the desire, even his desire was to find the gold. It was lust, but he found gold. Then he collected money to dig that mine from his relatives, from anywhere, but he found that money also. He got that money. So his persistence, desire helped him to do that. Number two, if you are doing something, then keep on doing. Don't stop, because if you will stop, it will be 3 feet from success. So before getting the success, you will get temporary defeat. So you must know that temporary defeat will always be there. So you must accept that defeat and keep going on. And then when you will fail, just find out the reason that why you failed. Find the expert advice. Take help from others, which Mr. Darby didn't have. Number three, if you get defeated, learn from it. Learn from your failure and apply that life lesson into your life in other parts of your life. As Mr. Darby applied the same formula in his life insurance business. He sold millions of life insurance and was sure that I'm not gonna quit even if somebody will say no to me. Number four, if you are getting an opportunity or if you are seeing that somebody is quitting something, that doesn't mean that it is nothing. You must seek advice from someone, or you must invest, you must find out the ways that why that other person quit, and maybe you will also get some success. So be mindful, be an intelligent person, and find the ways to get successful. As the other person who bought the machinery, and he was not a dumb man, he took help from an engineer, and then he got all the gold. These were 4 lessons which I learned from this book reading session. If you guys got more insights, please share in the comment section below, and you can also join the mastermind group. To join this mastermind, just comment in the comment section below and I'll share the link there. You can find the second and first session of this Think and Grow Rich masterminding. It will be helpful for you if you want to join in the further sessions. It's highly recommended that just watch the previous sessions also. So here's a link to watch the previous session. It will be very helpful for you for the further sessions and the understanding, because the first and second session is all about the persistence, desire, the power of thought, and that is must have to go forward. So highly recommend that. Go and watch those masterminding sessions. Till then, thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to you in the next masterminding session. Thank you so much and have a good day.